Welcome to the Extra Pass podcast presented by Melbourne United. I'm your host, Ben Hopkins, joined as always by my co-host, Adam Ballinger. Balls, how are you?
Doing great. Back again. Ready to go. It's hot in here, though.
Yeah, we've got to make this a quick one because this room heats up a lot.
The shirt's too tight, too. I don't know if you can tell that on camera, but...
All your shirts are too tight. You're jacked.
Jacked out. But I didn't... This is the right... Like, I can only wear what they give me, so it's not... I didn't want to wear a tight shirt, but I might... My muscles are popping just a little bit, but I didn't plan that.
I find that hard to believe. But one guy who's joining us today, very excited to have him, whose muscles are always popping. It's Flynn Cameron. Flynn, how are you, mate?
I'm doing good.
You don't have to lean in. Like, you can just talk. It's all good.
I'm doing good. Yeah.
No, thanks for joining us. How's it been settling into Melbourne?
It's been awesome so far. I'd say a pretty easy city to settle in. It's got everything here, everything that I need. So, yeah.
Yeah, lovely. You're staying down by the beach. You're enjoying this now that it's actually sunny out, enjoying some beach weather.
Yeah, definitely went there yesterday even. About to go right after this. So, yeah.
You're a beach guy?
Yeah, big beach guy. Kind of grew up on the Gold Coast too, so.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I was thinking you grew up in New Zealand where the beaches are cold there, right? Is there any warm beaches in New Zealand?
Nah, I'd say they're all cold.
Cold, but nice.
Yeah.
But no Gold Coast. Yeah, that's... You surf?
Nah.
Bodyboard?
Definitely bodyboard. Yeah.
Nice. All right, that's it. Moving on. Yeah.
Well, did you get much down to the beach much? Because you were in California for college as well for a period.
Yeah, I went to the beach. My school was probably like 30, 40 minutes away. So we'd plan out a whole day, but we'd probably go like 2-3 times a month. So yeah, still good enough. But yeah.
Nice little recovery session in the beach. That's always helpful. I know Delhi, when he came on, he's a big beach guy. Gets in he loves his grounding.
Grounding, yeah. But you can ground anywhere. You don't have to have the beach.
Well, I don't think we couldn't ground here.
No, you're on the ground. You got to be on the ground. That's what, it doesn't have to be on the beach, in the grass. In college, did you actually go down to the beach for recovery? And when I was in college, they didn't even know recovery was. It was just more practice.
Well, where were you going to go? Lake Michigan?
Well, I mean, you could get in cold water pools were everywhere. It was freezing out. Did you actually do that? Because here they do it all the time, but I never even heard of it until I got here.
Well, I'd say during the off season. Yeah, like in the preseason, would make some beach trips, have like beach recovery days. Yeah.
What was your college experience like? Because you were there for 5 years. You started DePaul and then made the move over to California. What was that like?
Yeah, my first 2.5 years, I was at DePaul. So for the people that don't know, that's in Chicago. And man, that was cold. That's probably like the biggest difference was like the weather change going from Gold Coast to Chicago. It was cool, probably like the first 2-3 months of the winter. But then after like 5-6 months in that snow, it's just like
I know the snow. Yeah. It's white at the start. It looks beautiful, and then it just gets just like all brown, and you can't get away from it. Slush, and it wears on you.
Yeah, every day waking up, going to training. As soon as you get out, just hit with that cold. Yeah. You're just like, dang.
And the timing too. So you go in. Some days you'd go in and it was dark. If you had 2 days or you staying there for a long time, you come out and it's dark. It's still dark. You never even saw the sunlight.
Yeah, exactly. We'd have so our study hall building was in the same building.
Oh.
So we wouldn't even leave the building
you don't have to leave.
unless we went to go get lunch. And then by that time it's already dark. So we're like, whoa, what happened to our day?
That's why we're tough. We're tougher than you, Ben. We're in the Midwest, that Midwest weather.
Well, I grew up on the mean streets of Bulleen, so nothing's harder than that.
It gets cold in Bulleen, doesn't it?
I mean,
doesn't
sure,
snow.
I guess.
Coldish.
I lived in Ballarat. Gets cold in Ballarat.
Where's Bulleen?
Do you know where Doncaster is? It's like in eastern suburbs of Melbourne.
Oh, okay.
It's a very middle-class suburban place. Yeah, I grew up really tough. But then you obviously make the transition from that to did that weigh into the decision like, I want to go somewhere where the sun shines?
Yeah. Well, like during the heat of the moment, obviously like COVID hit, so I went back home and then probably just loved the weather so much, just being back home, and just kind of made the decision kind of effortless. Just had a choice to go to a school back in the cold or go to a school in Southern California, and just no hesitation, Southern California.
Easy decision there.
Yeah.
Well, one of the guys you were playing against in college, now roommates with him, as well as Malith Machar, roommates with Kyle Bowen. I see the three of you are down at the beach a lot. What's it been like living with those guys?
It's been awesome. First of all, me and KB talk about that game at college a lot, just because I think his team, he played for St. Mary's and his team beat me by like 20. But the game like the score does not speak anything about the game. It was really like a 4-point game in the last 6 minutes, and then they just pulled away. But it's been awesome. Yeah, I pretty much grew up playing against KB since under 18s, but never really knew him as a person until I came here, and then I was just like, whoa, like this dude's actually super cool, you know, like it's my brother for real. And then also Malith, like awesome it's been awesome getting to know him, and like, we've all got like similarities. I got a lot in common with Malith. Like I'll be in his room playing Xbox with him all the time, so it's pretty cool.
Oh, he's an Xbox guy?
He's a PlayStation. I'm an Xbox guy. I kind of got that one mixed up.
Did you have it planned out you're going to room with them before you got here? Or did you make that decision after you guys met?
I think the club, Melbourne United, obviously helped us make that decision. So obviously, like being on your rookie contract, you want to save as much money as possible, but then also like you want a room with people that are at least around your age.
Yeah, but that's the thing that you don't know. It can be risky. Like if you don't, I mean, everybody on the team gets along, and you think most on the court, but off the court can be different. Guys have different, I don't know, patterns or into different things. It's like we're talking about college again. Like you get the wrong roommate, and it makes for a different experience.
Yeah, I definitely do. But like I said, KB and I had like mutual friends, and they kind of just said like, "Oh, he's really cool, bro." So that's how I heard about KB being cool, and then. Everything's just meshed super well. Like I have zero complaints about it. It's cool.
Well, you say you have zero complaints, but I actually have a few complaints that I've received from your roommates.
About me?
Yeah. Well, apparently,
I think it's a little time thing, eh?
Well, I was just chatting to the boys earlier today, and apparently you're a bit of a snorer, and you're just keeping everyone up with the snoring.
But that's like not even a complaint if I'm snoring in like my own bedroom.
Well, apparently it's not in your own bedroom. Apparently it's living room on the couch.
That was one thing on the lounge. That was like, I think it was like post practice. Came in, made like my lunch. KB he on Fortnite. Now all I hear is, yeah, build up Dukas. Yep. Oh, he's low. Hit him for 20. And I'm hearing this, and I'm just like, okay, I'm just watching a movie, so I crash out. Leith is probably in his room playing FIFA, and then so I crash out. I wake up to KB just pissing himself laughing. Just be like, hey bro, did you get my Snapchat? I was like, what? He goes, open it. Opens it. It's just zoom up on me just snoring on the couch, and I'm like, this dude's got jokes. So yeah, but. That's just the boys with the banter. So yeah.
Well, look, now's the time for you to hit back and air any grievances you've got for that. Like who just leaves all the dirty washing? Who's not cleaning up after themselves? Now's the time to hit back.
I'd say we kind of keep our house, pretty tidy, pretty organized too. Like obviously, like early in the season, we had like a lot of games and trainings, so the washing kind of piled up. Like it was all clean, but it was just left on the table. But we kind of all rearrange it into like piles and just, put it in your room. We hold each other accountable too. So yeah.
But that's what you need. And I feel like, we've talked about it lots on the podcast, but, the chemistry seems good at home and it seems good on the court. The team's really meshed, even though, you look at Sunday, didn't get the result we wanted, but after a really, difficult start to the game in that first quarter, it seemed like the boys sort of got rolling a bit. How do you bounce back from a game like that and sort of hold each other accountable and make sure something like that doesn't happen again?
Yeah. So we obviously looked at the film and we just got to take those learnings with us and like apply our standard as well. That was probably the biggest thing coming out that break was we just weren't up to par with our standards. So obviously watching the film back, realizing where we went wrong and then applying that to the next game. Yeah.
Yeah. And Brisbane coming up. It's a team you've already seen, a team I know that you like playing against after spending so much time on the Gold Coast as a kid. How do you get ready for that one and make sure you come out and make a statement?
I'd just say that they're hot right now. I think they've won 2 on the road. So, yeah, it'll be a good game for us to bounce back. And then obviously knowing that they got Chula, previous coach, so he'll get them fired up for sure. Yeah, I just say can't wait for the game. Yeah, good opportunity for us to bounce back. We got a bit of taste from Sunday's loss, so yeah, we'll be ready.
Yeah, does a game like that, does it sort of just, obviously we're still on top of the ladder. We've been playing great basketball, but does a game like that where you sort of get punched in the mouth, is it a wake up call, or does it sort of act as like, okay, we dropped for whatever reason, but now we're right back up and we got to really fire here?
Yeah, I'd say it's a wake up call. CG's been saying it every day, and after every game, like teams are trying to come into our house and beat us in our own house, and he said that's the toughest game that anyone's gonna have all season. Is coming into our house. They're always gonna be hungry. They're always gonna want it. We're at the top of the ladder, so we got a big target on our heads, and he's just trying to get us mentally ready. Just saying, like, a challenge is coming. You got to be ready for it.
Yeah. How have you found? You talk about coming into our house. How have you found it playing in front of this new fan base for you, and especially selling out nearly every home game? There's 9,000-10,000 people there. What's that like?
It's been awesome. Obviously, the fans have made a huge impact, especially in that Sydney game and our comeback. They were definitely a presence in that comeback, just feeding off their energy, knowing that they're gonna make tough shots, but like during that comeback, you just feel like all the energy was just with us, all that momentum, and you can feel like they were kind of crumbling under that pressure. So yeah, but probably like the most, I'd say from like a home perspective, like I went to a college where we didn't really have like a great home crowd. So it's definitely like a new feeling for me, to be honest. Whereas I'm kind of used to playing on the road against teams that have like big crowds. So that's probably like been the biggest thing for myself to get used to, but it's been awesome, to be honest. Yeah, something new, just, after a big shot's hit by anyone on our team, you can just hear that crowd like roar. And it's just like, whoa, like this is what it feels like. Yeah, to be on the other side of it. So yeah, it's cool.
You talk about the roar of the crowd. I want to talk about, one environment that you got to play in the lead up to the season over at the World Cup, especially playing against Team USA, full stadium, going crazy. What was that experience like for you, especially, you look at that first quarter and you guys are right there with them.
Yeah, I'd say like just the whole build up, like the campaign, we played like big teams like Canada, who obviously have like awesome NBA players, probably like more defensive NBA players than Shea. Also, you got Lou Dort and then Dylan Brooks. I'd say it's just been an awesome experience, but then obviously getting to, step in between the lines against Team USA, there's nothing more you could ask for as a younger guy on the stage. And then you kind of just seeing how you size up against, the best players in the world. Like, all I kept kind of looking across was like, damn, like this dude is making $260 million, like, for playing the same sport that I'm playing.
It's about, how is that about what you're making? It's not what you're making?
No.
I wonder if he has two roommates too. Hey, did you have to do the haka before that?
Yeah.
I'm a haka. Am I saying it right?
Yeah.
Haka?
Yeah, I'd say you can stress it a little bit more.
Which one?
Haka.
Haka.
Yeah.
I'm a haka enthusiast.
Yeah.
But what prep wise, it's not part of the game, but it is a big part of like your team, and crowd gets into it. How much do you have to work on that before the game? Is there any talk about it? Like,
there's definitely talk, and especially so like every campaign we kind of got to go over it for the guys.
Yeah, I wondered. So is it always the same one? Is it like the team song kind of? Some AFL teams or all of them have the team song after the game.
It means a bit more than a team song, I think.
No, I know. I'm not a team song guy, but I'm a haka guy. We've already discussed that. Yeah. But is it so? It's the same one every time. Like the team has, because like, do you just automatically know it? Seems like everyone would just know it. Like,
yeah, we have to obviously get our reps in. Like, it's like anything, like learning. I'd say we used to do the haka that the All Blacks do, the kamatea, but then Poda kind of gave us. So Poda's like a past player, and he's also a bishop of a
I know.
church.
I played with him.
Yeah. So he kind of gave us permission to use this one that I think he created.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really?
I'm not 100% sure whether he created it or he got permission from the elders to create one.
Yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, so we kind of went from kamate to tukaha, and then tukaha is more towards the basketball side, like tukaha or pango, and it's talking about the strong, like the black singlet, talking about the tall black singlet is strong, firm, and movable. So
is there any like nerves of having to perform that before the game? Like even before the game, you got to do a performance, Does that come more naturally?
I'd say it comes more naturally. Like you got to obviously like embrace that sort of,
you gotta be all in. You can't have, you can't half it. You're gonna be
like the moment you half do it, exactly. Like the moment you half do it, you like the opposition's watching too, and you're trying to look at them in the eye, you know, like trying to get them to feel like the mana. But then obviously like everyone's around, so this is where it comes into play. Like say if somebody's learning for the first time, like they'll be a little tentative, and
especially like if it's a expat, like an American guy who now has to do it. It can be a bit difficult. But for my first time here, my first year here, we went and watched. I'd been here a couple weeks. Watched the Australian, the Boomers versus the Tall Blacks. Yeah, I knew nothing about it, and they're like, they're going to do this thing before the games called a haka, and I remember like Dylan Boucher and the other guy. He coached for New Zealand, played back then, had a big tattoo right here, guard.
Talking about pulley?
Yeah. They got this far from the guys' noses. Yeah. I mean, they were. It was like it was on. It was like I was like, this is gonna be crazy. They were not scared of those guys. But since then, I've always loved it. There's one on YouTube I watch every once in a while. It's a teacher had died at the school. It's a boys' school. There's like 500 boys, and they bring the hearse actually into the school, and as they bring it in, it's packed with kids, and they all do it at the same time. Gives you chills every time. It's cool to watch.
I think it's something that, you know, a lot of people see it and sort of don't really know what it means. Like, how much meaning is it for a Maori person to do the haka?
I'd say there's a lot of meaning into it. Like, it's performed at funerals, weddings. They even perform it. Even like obviously in school sports, like for basketball. The best ones that I've seen are like rugby games, like for the school rugby games.
Oh, even school rugby games. Yeah.
So you have like because both opposing teams, teams, they might do it. They like the other team might do their own one too, like their school one.
Same time, or they take turns?
Nah, they'll take turns. Oh. But then I think there's like this place in Auckland where I think it's in Auckland, but they got like say there's like this big hill. They got like these stands in the hill. Yeah. Where they're just filled with other students.
And they're all doing it.
And they're all doing it with the rugby team at the same time. And you'll just imagine just being like the guys that they're about to play against. You're just watching this like, whoa.
That even goes back to, imagine when they were doing it before going to war, going to battle. I mean, you talk about intimidation. That'd be tough.
Well, look, I want to get into a bit more experiences, find out a bit more about you, Flynn, and we'll get to that after the break with Balls and his Fast Five.
Want to stay up to date with everything happening in Melbourne United? Download the Melbourne United app today. Filled with videos, audio and articles about your favourite team. It's the one-stop shop for everything Melbourne United. Download the Melbourne United app via the App Store on iOS or the Google Play Store on Android.
And we're back on the Extra Pass podcast, and it's time for Fast Five with Balls.
You ready?
This is Fast Five with Balls.
Been waiting for this the whole time. Now we're on to the fun stuff. Yeah, they're hard hitting, so I hope you're ready. All right, this is what we've all been waiting for. Flynn told me how excited he was to do this when he walked in. We're finally here. Now, you were born in 2000.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's possible. I've never even heard of somebody born in 2000 playing basketball.
We've had younger guys on the podcast.
Well, I guess when I looked it up, it was just shocking to me to see, on your Wikipedia or whatever, your NBL profile. And that's why this is so hard. You and I we'd have zero in common. Most of my references are from before you were born. The 90s, you heard of the 90s? Yeah. The style's coming back, though. So I don't know if you're a style guy, but I've noticed some of the styles are coming back. But
Jorts are big.
Yeah, I know. Jean shorts, like a big t-shirt, right? And like no-show socks and some. Yeah. That's exactly what I wore.
Baggy pants.
That's what I wore every day in college. And it's finally back.
Bring it back, Balls.
I got rid of all my stuff. Okay. So I was like, what do you do? I assume you're just like a kid. You play video games, right?
Yeah, I'm starting to get back into them.
You're starting to get back into it because you got time now.
I wasn't like at the start. I wasn't going back into it. I was trying to keep busy, stay off the game. But like Fortnite, kind of
Yeah, see, Fortnite is the thing. Like
they brought back the old school map, so all my boys hitting me up.
Map.
Yeah.
Well, my boys were just up yesterday morning at 5 a.m. because there's the new map, and they're all into it.
That's different dedication.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're 11 and 14.
Is that before school they were doing that?
Yeah, they get on before school. We're not supposed to, but if it's just me at home, I was like, yeah, just don't bother me. You can get on.
I hope your wife doesn't listen to this.
No, she does not. So Fortnite. So how long have you been playing that? You say you're just getting back into it. How long?
I started like season 1, but had no bread. I was like a kid in high school, so I didn't buy no battle pass.
Yeah, so it's been around forever. I think that game's gonna go forever. I mean, Fortnite is a game you play on. What else? You got anything else or just
Call of Duty? I haven't bought the new one because all my boys saying it's not that great.
not that good? Yeah, but it's all the online stuff, and I make fun of my boys for playing it all the time. Like they say all the. Like, they're talking to their friends, like, cracked them 200 or whatever.
Yeah.
I mock them.
That's fun.
Yeah,
That's fun.
I mock them constantly.
Yeah.
But if I was their age, I'd be doing the same thing. They get to come home. They get to talk to their friends.
Yeah.
It just seems to be like an infinite amount of games you can play on there. And it looks fun, but I'd never admit it to them.
I'd probably say the other game I play is because it's on Malief's console is WWE.
WWE.
Yeah. It's time to get back into it. And then like our weight sessions in the morning.
Yeah.
We got this day called SmackDown Wednesdays.
Yeah.
And it's just they'll just play straight like wrestling songs. Like
All the theme songs.
Like John
okay.
Cena's song.
Yeah. John Cena.
They play like Randy Orton's one.
What's a favorite?
Randy for sure.
You mean his walkout music?
Yeah.
Like his
Voices?
What is it?
Yeah.
Voices.
Randy Orton voices. Like just the whole like him in 09, me and Malik talk about this so much. Like, that dude was just a menace, but it's just like, it's good TV. Like, it's just hilarious to watch.
So are you playing online or is there like a season? You play a season on it?
We just play against like the computers, but we'll play against each other too for like title belts and stuff.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
Trying to get.
who's got the title at the moment?
All right.
Yeah.
College for 5 years. I too went to college for 5 years, all in one spot. 5 years is a long time to go to college.
Yeah.
Is it?
Me.
So you had COVID in between?
Yeah.
So you had 2 years, then COVID, then 3 more years?
Yep.
So basically, really, was it 6 years?
Yeah. So my first year was like, I got there in January and I did like a half year.
Oh,
So
okay,
January to June was like my redshirt year. And then freshman year after that. And then sophomore year. So like 2.5 years at DePaul.
Okay.
And then 3 years after that at Riverside.
And then we talked about how it's a very different place to live. You got Chicago and California. I never spent much time in California, only to play basketball. You just go to the gym, you go to the hotel, and you get out.
Yeah.
But Chicago is a lot like East Lansing, where I went, and with the snow and it's dark, and walking to class at like 8 a.m. through the slush.
Yeah. I'd have to catch the train line downtown.
Because DePaul's like in the city.
Yeah, it had like 2 campuses. It had like like a campus in Lincoln Park, and then you catch the train line, which is like right next to my dorm, and then catch it straight into the city. And then it's kind of crazy because I didn't think like class would be like downtown in the city. I thought it might be like a little
its own campus, like everything self-contained. Yeah, I didn't know that either. Well, you had to like something about Chicago. What did you like about Chicago, and then what was your favorite thing about California?
I liked a lot about Chicago. I like the music. That's what my teammates would play, like G Herbo, Lil Durk. What's crack up is Maleeth's actually his favorite rapper is Lil Durk.
See, I've heard of some of these just from my kids. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, on 90s, were any of these guys in the 90s? 90s music?
No.
Nothing.
But
The music,
like,
hot dogs?
Not so much the devil dogs, but I like the deep dish pizza.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, deep dish pizza is pretty
It's like
fire.
that thick.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need one piece.
I like Giordano's. That's the restaurant that I'd always go to for that.
What about Cali? That's probably much easier.
Cali's super easy.
Yeah.
I like the weather. I like the lifestyle. Like, we'd go like the Rose Bowl on Sundays to do like shopping. It's like, what do you call it?
Markets or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sunday markets. But also like probably just go to the beach. Like you just, I'd say like your schedule would be a lot smoother. Like you go in, work out. After that, you can enjoy the sunshine, go to the beach, then you can get another workout late night. You could only do that in the summer at Chicago.
Yeah, and summer doesn't last long.
Yeah. I reckon Chicago is like the best city in the summer.
Yeah, it's amazing. Kanye West also loves.
There's always something like to do.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Did you ever go to baseball games and stuff like that?
Yeah, we went to a couple Cubs games. They go for long though. So
Yeah.
I think after like
Shorter than cricket though.
you won't catch me at a cricket.
Yeah. No, I love baseball games.
Yeah.
All right. This is we're only on question 2. You got anything, Ben?
I was going to ask about deep dish, but
Have you ever had it? I've had it one time.
I've never had
and
it.
I was so surprised at how deep the dish is. They're not lying.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. It's like that thick, right?
Yeah.
If you can see on camera, it's like that thick.
They can make it like they like got different flavors. Like you have like Italian sausage with like bell peppers or like pepperoni or something. My favorite was like it was bacon and barbecue chicken.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, whoa, how they come up with this stuff?
A lot of carbs.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're talking about New Zealand and America. So what do you miss from New Zealand and America? One thing from each. And you can't say family because obviously.
That was gonna be the family.
Yeah.
In New Zealand.
Yeah.
And the States, like for sure, the friends.
Friends,
Yeah. Like aside from like family and friends, New Zealand, I'd say that's a tough one because that's
Family-
really
family
what
and friends are most of it, yeah.
legit, yeah. Like
The
just all
sports, maybe more rugby focused, or where did you live when you were in New Zealand?
I lived in Auckland, but my whole family kind of lives in North Island, so I like bounce. Not even bounce. I'd go. Like Dad would take us go all the way to Whangarei, which is at the top, and then Mum's got a lot of family in the south, so we go to Napier. Yeah, and then we'd also go further south to my mum's sister in Wellington.
Dunedin? Did you ever go to Dunedin?
I haven't heard too many good things about Dunedin.
Isn't that the southernmost point?
Yeah, I got some friends from Dunedin that say don't go to Dunners. Don't go to Dunners. They call it Dunners.
All right. Well, we already talked about America enough. Okay. Now, only one question about your dad. Ben said I could only ask one question about your dad. You probably get enough of that.
every
anyways.
episode, Balls just brings up some Derek
Something
Cameron
about
story.
Derek
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I played with him, so I played against him, and he's probably the strongest guy I ever had to play against.
Yeah.
Like naturally strong. And with him in New Zealand, we won a championship in Waikato, and he was like, he could do no wrong. Like, I mean, he was just so well respected. Everyone knew his name wherever he went. Refs were kind of too scared to call any fouls on him, and just loved playing the game. Okay, so my boys are trying to play me right now. So my oldest is 14. Oldest boy is 14. He says by the time he's 15, he's going to be able to beat me in one-on-one. He's not even going to be close. He doesn't have a chance. But when was the first time? Did you play your dad a lot in basketball? And when was the first time you were able to actually beat him?
I'm trying to think when was the first time because he never let me win.
I would say he wouldn't let you win anything.
Anything
If
growing
you're
up.
going to the rim, like he's going to foul. He's going to.
Like I'm talking like races to the fence. He never let me win.
Nothing,
like
not even
he
one
let me have a head start. This is what my mum was telling me. He let me have a head start. And right when I think I'm about to win, he'd touch it and just say, ha. And I remember just thinking like it just drive me insane. As
Work,
a little
though.
kid. Yeah,
Pretty
definitely.
competitive
work.
edge, yeah.
The way I think about it now. But I'm trying to think because I'd say it's just when he couldn't move as much.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah,
The movement.
Yeah. Because if he was still able to move, I think he'd just post me up, to be honest.
Yeah,
But
just foul you. My dad used to foul me. Never call a foul. Never call a single foul. But
I'd
then
say-
once they can't move as well, then you got them.
yeah, I'd say the last time we actually like played once was like with my brother too. Like we just swap in and out.
Yeah.
He didn't lose. And we were like 15, 16.
Yeah, see, I think 15, 16, you still got the dad strength, so you don't really have a chance.
But even would wrestle in the pool too. Like
There's no way you'd have a chance there.
Yeah, so he
Strong guy, but
he told me like when he was with the Tall Blacks, they used to play this game like if you can hold his head under the water for longer than 5 seconds, like you're the new like king of the pool. Like I heard no one's held his head under the water for more than 5 seconds for the past 20 years or something like that.
Well, that's
sounds
what when
impossible.
Dino came on, Dino said they would play pool rugby and he would just go around basically drowning people.
And what's funny is like we didn't even know about that, but he kind of just brought the sport on us, like because it would play me and my brother versus him.
And pool
And-
rugby.
Yeah, and try to keep his head under the water. It would never work. Like he'd end up like standing on both of us like surfboards underwater. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Okay, so we usually ask, become kind of famous, this podcast, for basketball and CD talk. I get a lot of people talking about CDs at the games. Especially this last one, we had members appreciation. So built-in fans, built-in listeners. But a lot of people were talking about their CDs. We should do a spin-off podcast, I think, just CD talk.
Stop trying to spin off the podcast.
I really want a spin-off podcast about CDs. But so I'm not going to ask you if you ever bought a CD. I already know. I would think I would know that. Have you ever paid for music in your life? Like physical music?
Nah, I've never paid.
I've asked concerts. I mean, surely you went to concerts.
Oh yeah.
But you never would have had to buy
A CD,
a song, or yeah. Did you know before you were born, people bought songs and albums and
I know. Like my mom had a whole bunch of CDs lined up somewhere.
But you've never had. I mean, born in 2000. Jeez.
Yeah. Me personally, never bought a CD.
You a Spotify guy or Apple Music?
Spotify now. Yeah.
Spotify.
Yeah.
How was your Wrapped looking?
My Wrapped?
Yeah.
Top 5 for me. I'll tell you the top 5. Burna Boy, number 1. Lil Papa, he's number 2. Not many people know him, but
Big Papa, I know Big Papa.
yeah, everyone knows Big Papa. But I'm saying Lil Papa,
right.
I feel like next 2 years people gonna know him.
All right.
You heard it here first.
Yeah.
Lil Papa. All right, third one's Lil Baby. Fourth one was Future, and fifth one was Young Thug. I was a big Thugger fan, but you know he's dealing with some stuff right now.
Problematic.
Yeah.
That's all right. I mean,
I think you can get out. I think you can get out.
If you're not going to listen to music from people who are problematic, half the library is going to be gone. You can't listen to anything anymore.
Yeah.
So you just all rap?
I'd say like depends what mood, you know. Yeah. Like obviously growing up, mom mixed in some Fleetwood Mac in there. So yeah, big Fleetwood fan.
Nice.
But yeah, like I probably just listen to more music like in the mornings, like for my games, and then going into training, and then obviously during training and weights too. So that's probably where the rap comes in. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a very proud co-host moment the other day because I actually made a musical suggestion to Adam Ballinger because over the course of this podcast, I've come to know what he likes, and he messaged me back saying, "This is my new favorite album."
Yeah, I listened to it last night, making tacos for the kids.
But that's Monday. You can't make tacos on a Monday. It's Taco Tuesday.
Oh yeah, well we're at our house. We just make tacos whenever we want. We don't care. But yeah, it's very Beastie Boys like and great. Like you can listen to it with the kids. Like I don't think there's any.
There's a couple of
Was there? Not that I heard. I don't know. It was fun music. It was a great suggestion.
yeah. Shout out Punk Tactics.
Yeah,
Joey
Punk
Valance
Tactics.
and Bray.
Give it a try.
But
It's rap.
and this is
You
what
like
we,
rap.
and this is what we were talking about. I went to buy a CD because I'm a CD guy.
Yeah.
It's not out on CD. They haven't put it out
No.
on CD. What am I supposed to do? I want to listen to it in my car. I don't have an aux. I just have a CD player.
Need to buy a speaker.
I got the same problem.
A speaker to put in my car.
Bluetooth
Nah, just
speaker.
a Bluetooth speaker.
You can do that, right? And you could charge it in the car. It's the
Yeah.
same thing, right? Yeah, I might have to look into that too. But I like CDs too.
It just feels disingenuous.
All right, that's it. That's all 5.
Not genuine. Good work, all 5. No, well, Flynn, thanks so much for coming on, getting to learn a bit more about you. We've all loved seeing you on the court this year and can't wait for the rest of the season. Hopefully a lot more wins, a lot more success, and some more highlight plays from you.
Thanks for having me.